The last time Mrs. Borden was seen alive was around 9 a.m. by her stepdaughter, the infamous Lizzy Borden. Now, at the time Mrs. Borden was killed, Lizzie's sister Emma was out of town, and Mr. Borden was down at Fall River, as was Uncle John. Lizzie says she was downstairs ironing handkerchiefs. Mrs. Borden was killed in the same room that her Uncle John had stayed in the night before. This is now the most requested room for overnight stays in the historic Lizzy Borden Axe Murder House and Museum, the John Morse Room, also known as the Murder Room. There's no sign of any struggles and no defensive wounds. Peculiar, isn't it? You know, the evidence is not clear whether she was facing her attacker and didn't fight back or couldn't, whether she was standing up or kneeling, but we do know where the wounds were. One wound was above her ear on the left-hand side of her head. Another blow took place between her shoulder blades that was 4 inches deep. The remaining 17 blows were behind the head and neck for a total of 19. She was eventually found face down in a pool of her own coagulating blood. Between the blood and stomach contents of the victims, we know that the time of death was around 9:30 a.m., a full hour and a half before Mr. Borden's murder. In the photo in the dining room wall where the autopsy was held, you can clearly see that she is lying face down on her stomach, and you can see the pool of blood around her head. In the mirror, you can see the camera that took the photo. Did you know that the Borden crime scene photos are the very first crime scene photos in the United States? It's a pretty morbid fun fact, isn't it?